Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. The game's dead, or at least it was dead. By the time you're seeing this video, the game might be alive again. Isn't it weird how this space and time thing is a bit all over the place? So I've been on the dev server looking at a bunch of the extra stuff, looking at the new vehicles that turned up, and also some new armaments and things, which has been pretty cool. You will have already seen those videos, but I'm actually recording this in the past, and you're going to see this in the future. At the moment, it is 6:30 AM for me, PST time, and the game is just not working on the live server. It's been down for about 2 hours, and it's weird because it comes after an announcement, and that announcement was another fair play for February. Now, understand, these two things might not be linked. We did actually have issues earlier when it came to War Thunder. Was it like last week or the week before, or maybe even this week? Time's all over the place. But basically, the game went down again with the authentication server, and that's basically what's happening here too. So there's obviously a huge issue because the game isn't supposed to go down, and it is going down. But I thought we would cover the fair play stuff and also go through what this kind of means going forward, and hopefully some compensation will come around for players. So first of all, there was a fair play in February of 2025. 5,790 accounts that were found to have violated the rules, specifically the 3.2.3 of the automation of gameplay using bots and also cheat software have been banned. So nearly 6,000 people on top of everything, which is kind of crazy. Now, as I've said before, I don't really like the fact that they do actually name all of the guys who have been banned, but I know people enjoy that stuff just because of the fact that it gives them, access to kind of ammunition. Go, see, I told you so. Look, these guys, it's crazy, isn't it? These guys were definitely cheating, all that stuff. But one of the nuts things is actually having a look at the IDs of a lot of these guys that were banned, and also seeing how close they are together, how basically what's happening is a lot of people who were banned before have remade accounts, and they are basically coming back and doing the same thing again, or they're people who are creating accounts all basically at the same time in order to bot games. One of the ways that people have botted games for ages is the simulator or the naval way. Generally, the areas of the game that get exploited the most are the areas which have the smallest player bases, and in naval, what you could do, and this has been going on pretty much since naval has been about, is you run a bunch of accounts at the same time, even through the same PC sometimes, and you get them all to queue up at the same time. Therefore, you create a match where you control all of the accounts in it. And this means that you can grind one specific account while beating up a bunch of accounts that don't actually have anything in them. This used to happen a lot at the low tiers of naval, and what this would actually end up doing is it would mean that you would grind all of the other accounts also, because you would just die over and over again, and they would basically just AI themselves and move around, and you could link the creation of those accounts to a main account. And if those bonuses started going through, because you would get bonuses per rank of research, like SL bonuses, used to be a lot of GE actually, people would do that in order to kind of maximize their one account. This was a kind of way that they used to do stuff a lot. It still happens, it still goes on. It's harder to do because they removed a lot of the ways of actually getting skull from just getting beaten up, or they reduced the kind of rank rewards that you would get based on these things. It doesn't mean that people are going to stop doing it. It just means it's going to take them longer to actually get what they want out of it. Therefore, it's easier to catch them. And that's basically what's going on. Now, obviously, the game is not working right now. The authentication servers, this is kind of a big deal when it comes to War Thunder. It is one of those games nowadays where there's always stuff happening all the time now. So right now in War Thunder, you have obviously the new update, which is probably going to come out next week. And if they can't get whatever is causing this sorted, if the update comes out and then everything crashes again, it's going to be a big issue because people won't be able to play stuff, they'll get annoyed, and so on and so forth. Every minute that something like War Thunder is down Gaijin is losing money because people leave and then go do other stuff that does work. That's basically how, media works. But the other thing is you also have stuff like the naval event that's going on. You have the Battle Pass stuff that's going on. You have the tank football event that's going on. And also you have, specific challenges, obviously the pre-order stuff, so people are paying money to see stuff in the game. And if they can't see it, of course, that's a really bad thing. And premium account running out too. Like, the longer stuff like this goes on, the compensation amount has to be higher and higher. We had an issue, was it a week ago, with PlayStation, where PlayStation just nuked itself for a day. And that meant that a bunch of people lost their logins. It meant that a bunch of people lost, a lot of their progress when it came to specific things, whether it was like events or stuff like that. Like, losing a day for people can be quite tough in terms of the game and in terms of all this stuff. And just for example, for me personally, one of the things I like to do around this time is I like to log into the game, so therefore my dailies reset for the day. So therefore when I start playing later on, I know exactly what my dailies are, and also it gives me a time to do it and keeps everything uniform. I can't do that right now because I literally can't log onto the game. So if now that pattern's kind of destroyed, maybe later on my dailies are going to reset later than they did previously. So when I try and do that tomorrow, it's not going to work, and I'm going to have to line up stuff a little bit differently, and this is a problem. It obviously creates a lot of frustration, but as I can confidently say, this is more frustrating for the Gaijin guys than it is for the people who want to play. The fact that their product is not working is going to be very annoying to everybody. Now, the thing is, it might be working now. Who knows? It might literally be on while you see this video. And I apologize for that if that's the case, but if it isn't up, I'm sure they are working on a fix now. I haven't seen anything on the forums apart from the unplanned technical maintenance. Basically, unplanned means that they didn't do it and some other third party has done it, whether it's a service provider that they deal with or whether it's a malicious attack. And around these fair plays, we have seen before that malicious attacks have happened. We've also seen around updates, people doing malicious attacks because they are not happy with specific vehicles. I actually saw yesterday a lot of people get annoyed at the VT5 not being implemented on the dev server in its full way, which is just insane because, of course, when it comes to these types of vehicles, if you are looking at them on the dev server and you think that's the final product, you need to get your head examined because they change so much before they hit live, especially if it's a premium vehicle. If it isn't a premium vehicle. If it isn't a premium vehicle and it's, on the dev server, you need to just chill and you need to just, wait a little bit and see what happens when it comes to live. It's not as if you can buy it now and go through it, right? So just, take a chill pill, relax, and go enjoy like some demos on Steam because there's a massive amount of demos out right now because they're doing that whole Next Fest thing and everything's going on. If there's anything more serious that has happened, or if anything has gone a little bit more crazy, I'll make sure to talk about it, but I don't think it has. I think in general, everything seems okay, just everything's dead and nothing's working. So, chin up, let's keep going, and as always, hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. I'd just like to thank GMG Smiley, CD Beans, Chieftain Mike, EMN3 Galaxy, Tulio Pontecorvo, Brendan Quinn, Carrion Crow, Gus Irenicus, Pyman, Wartinder, Teddy, Daniel Stanton, Martinez, B. Young, Ozzy Panzer, Alan Hacker, Liam Shear, Opium Prime, Lafouche, Sem, Aslan, Uncle Bean, and Derek R. for supporting the channel.